Hello everyone, this is a quick look at the Marvel Black Widow set 76162 Helicopter Chase. It comes with 3 minifigures, 2 side vehicles right there, and it retails for around $30 to $40 in the US. I'm going to take a quick look at the helicopter, then move on to its secondary components over here, and then move on to the minifigures. So I personally think that this Lego helicopter looks really good. I'm not personally a big fan of Lego helicopters, so I was really just originally buying this set for the minifigures, but then I built it, which was a very enjoyable build, and kind of grew on me a little bit. So in person it looks much better in my opinion than I think box art or on the instruction manual itself. Diving into the minor details, you see it has a couple of guns right here. These 2 are stud shooters, and if you don't know how those work, you just press down on the trigger on top and they fire. You have duplicates on either side, and then you have 2 smaller guns on the top that you can imagine just actually being more guns for the helicopter. You can actually even take that off and give it to a minifigure, in this case Taskmaster. Now at the time of the recording of this video, the movie has not come out, so I don't exactly know what's going on. What I could find out from the box art is that Black Widow is chasing this helicopter, hence the name, and it shows Taskmaster on the helicopter, so I'm guessing that it is his. So it's just one of those fake blasters with the 2 barrels and you just stick the binocular piece on the end to make it look longer, and I always did like the look of them. By doing it like that, and you can easily just clip that back on. You have 2 stickers on either side here representing maybe the cargo bay door. Then some more pipelines there where the fuel is as well on this side. Got some 2 windows there, as well as a sticker saying 03, maybe identifying what type of chopper it is, and then caution stickers up near the rotors on each side. The cockpit itself is the standard Lego City helicopter mold, all one piece, and I'll show you that in depth a little bit later. Aside from that, I can bring you in a little bit closer. See, it's got 2 boosters on the top, and these are normally used for the underside of Lego planes, but you can also imagine them as maybe being cannons. Obviously you have the rotors on top there. Let me zoom back out for you guys again. And since the rotors are actually on a different height, this one being lower than this one, they won't actually collide when you spin them. So you can see you have this one spin and this one spin, and it all looks pretty nice. I can give you a view from the top. And that's what it looks like spinning on the top. It definitely does look very cool, and I like watching both of them spin, and I'm glad that they gave this 2 individual rotor groups themselves instead of just having one with 3 blades. I'm glad that they gave it 6, because this is definitely, I would say, the length and design of a helicopter that could use 3. Do have a nice little antenna on the top here, maybe for communication, maybe a little spotlight right there, and then showing you underneath you have some more lights, and then you just have the wheels or landing gear, and it does roll very nicely. Over here you have the little cargo bay, which you can actually rotate down or angle it all the way down to the ground to reveal a little ATV, which we'll show later on. Aside from that, there is some room to put a minifigure in there, but with the actual ATV in it still does leave room. So we're going to go ahead and take the top off, just move the blades out of the way, and it is very easy. This whole section is just one, as you can see, so that easily pops right off, so you can get better access. And there's nothing too fancy inside. There's just some space for, I would say, maybe 3, maybe even 4 minifigures, but definitely 3 comfortably in there, and then maybe 4 for the actual one in the cockpit. And that is really the only section of this part that can be removed. You can't actually remove this one, but you can remove this, this entire assembly off to reveal inside, and this whole rotor does go on with the thing. So you see it's just on a couple of jumper plates right there, taking you in closer. Those are both stickers there for the console, and you have the little antennas there, as well as some medium nougat, or maybe even, I'd say maybe light tan over there. I'm not exactly sure why they decided to use that for the seat, and then you can see a little bit in there through the arch. And then you have another sticker right there to represent a joystick and some other console. So that's definitely pretty cool. I was actually surprised to see the sticker of the joystick. I think that they did a very good job with that, and it is very easy to put back on. Just make sure that you're putting it on the correct way back on those jumper plates, and it all closes up very nicely. And aside from that, that really completes it for our look at the helicopter. And now let's move on to the little things. Right, everyone, so here are the two other builds that it comes with. A little ATV or four-wheeler for Taskmaster, because obviously if it is his helicopter and that's in it, I'm guessing that it is his. And this is obviously Black Widow's bike, although it shows her sister riding it. Spoiler alert if you haven't seen the trailer. And it's got Black Widow's symbol on it there. It's a nice dark blue with a silver handlebar. It definitely looks very cool. Just a standard bike that they used. No Avengers symbol yet, but this is the same type of bike that they've used for the Avengers sets. Putting that off to the side, or actually taking that out of the way to look at this odd thing. It just has one sticker there to representing some detail. I'm not exactly sure what's going on here. They have it on like this very weird angle piece in the middle, so I guess if someone's sitting on it, they would be a little bit slanted. I could show you what that looks like with the minifigure. And that's what it looks like with Taskmaster on it. I didn't actually clip his hands onto the handlebar just because it's a little hard to get off sometimes, but it does have four wheels. It rolls very nicely. So you can see it does look very odd, but I mean, from the front, I guess it does look pretty cool, especially with his skull face just looking straight on you. That does look pretty cool. And now let's move on to the minifigures. So first we'll be taking a look at Taskmaster himself. And this is a fairly cool figure. I don't actually have the original Taskmaster to compare him with, sadly, the one that came in the Hulk Lab Smash with MODOK. But I think he does look similar to kind of his comic book style with the skull, but we'll get into that in a minute. He also does come with the loot that we'll talk about after him. So taking his black hood off, this is not the new hood piece, just a standard old Emperor hood that we've had for a while. It has a nice silver head with kind of printing on it to represent the skull, which does look pretty cool, and some nice printing on his torso there to represent just continuation of his hood on the very tip there, and some more orange and some very little blue highlights on his dark blue torso, as well as a belt for some, you know, weapons and gear and stuff like that, as well as some more printing on the back with those little bit of blue highlights on the dark blue, some more orange there. No printing on the legs, sadly. As always, that's my pet peeve. I definitely think that this guy could have benefited from some leg printing, but aside from that, I think he's a pretty cool figure. And then taking a look at the weapon that he comes with is kind of odd. Not exactly sure what this is. It looks like maybe a shield and a sword. This being the shield and that being the sword. You can actually take that off. And this is actually one of the Shuri gauntlets we got in the Wakanda sets. So you can take this blade off if you want, or the shield as I showed you. And that just clicks into his hand just by using that little pin there. Very simple, and that's what it's going to look like. So definitely pretty cool. Moving him out of the way, showing the loot that it comes with, just this little box. And they actually have you put that outside of the helicopter. They actually don't tell you to put it inside, but you could if you want. So this is what they're supposed to be going after, Black Widow and her sister. To avoid spoilers, I doubt this is really what they're going to be going after. Lego hasn't revealed it because, again, to avoid spoilers. 2 silver bars as well as a diamond, but definitely cool inclusions, and those all fit easily back inside there. You do want to put the bars first, and then lay the diamond on the side, otherwise the thing won't actually close. Then you can put the dark brown tile on top. Overall, very simple. Now let's move on to Black Widow. So here is the Black Widow figure that comes in the set. The set is all about her. So she has her long hair this time. She doesn't have the one in the curls or the short hair. Just the regular lightsaber blades. I was definitely disappointed about to use as her katanas. I was kind of hoping for some new design, just because these don't really look that good. But we'll have to see what they look like in the movie. I can compare this to my personal custom one that I have in my Avengers Endgame mock, using the Lego Friends hair for my one right here, and her old Age of Ultron torso. But as you can see, the printing difference there. I was kind of hoping for another set of these, but I was happy to get this in the Hulk helicopter drop, conveniently another helicopter set. So I wish that they had included those instead of these blue lightsaber you know, handles there, or blades, sorry about that, because they just don't really look that nice. But that's her weapons for this one. She has, as I said, nice printing, as well as on the legs. You can just see all the fine lines there, as well as her belt. Dark gray hands and some more printing on the leg, continuing down to match her torso printing. And then there's some more torso printing on the back of the figure. And I could take that hair piece off, give you a better look at it. And that's her happy face, or secondary face, and that's the mad face that it comes with, the old reused Jyn Erso face from Star Wars. And yes, that really completes it for Black Widow. You can have her on the bike, which I think would make more sense since it has her symbol on it. And she has a symbol on the belt, or you can have her sister that I'll show you in a minute. And that's what she looks like with her katanas. Right, everyone, so here is Black Widow's, I believe, sister, or Yelena Belova. I hope that I pronounced that right. That's the name on the box. So I hope I'm not mentioning this whole video that this is her sister, because it's not Romanoff, but we shall see in the movie. And I'm just going to compare her to the Black Widow that we got from Infinity War, just because I noticed some differences, some similarities there. As far as the legs, these are just, you know, recolored in white, and there is a slight difference in where the straps are, and the printing is just a little bit different. And obviously her sand green torso, this one is a little bit, I would say maybe lighter than this one. This one's a little bit darker. As you can see, the green is kind of washed out, and this one is like really bright. And they both do have blonde hair, so maybe in Infinity War she was kind of copying Yelena's style. But I just thought that's my theory for the movie, but I just thought that was interesting. This is the first ever figure we've gotten of Yelena. She's got her two blasters there, or guns. Take those out of the way. And she does come with an extra run of those. You can see some printing for her torso there, the white arms, as well as dark gray hands. Spinning her around, more torso printing on the back. And taking her blonde ponytail hairpiece off, that's her smiling face. And she has a couple of, you know, little freckles underneath the eye, as well as on this face. Aside from that, that really completes our look at all the minifigures that came in this set. I'm just going to put her guns back in so you can get one final look at her. And that's what she looks like. Going to go ahead and take us back to the regular studio where we'll wrap up this video. And that completes our look at the LEGO Marvel Black Widow Set 76162 Helicopter Chase. I definitely would rate this set probably, I would give this a 10 out of 10. I don't see any flaws with it. I think it's a very good, solid helicopter build. I think the figures are nice. The only downside to Taskmaster, I would say, is that there wasn't any leg printing on him. Otherwise, I think the bike looks great, as well as the very odd built ATV. So I'm definitely excited for this movie to come out. And as I said, this set does range for around $30 to maybe $40 in the US, so I was definitely happy to get this set. Thank you all for watching, and remember, you can never have too much bricks. Stay tuned for more videos. I'll see you then. Keep building.